There we go, folks. A little bit of Midnight Oil on the radio today. Good morning. It's Sandy. It's Wednesday, the 16th of February, 2011. About 10:15 here in Arizona. Don't know where it is, what you are, depending on where you are. If it's Richard or Rob on the East Coast, thanks for checking in. It's about lunchtime, 12:15. If you're Juan D here in town, and Bert B or Willie O for checking in. It's same time as I am, 10:15. What are we talking about today? Hey, I saw the movie Unknown last night. It was with Liam Neeson, Frank Langella, January Jones. Liam Neeson plays Martin Harris, a botanist who travels with his wife, played by January Jones, over to Berlin for a biotech conference. Gets into a car accident, in a coma for a few days, comes out of the coma. Nobody knows who he is. He has no ID on him. And as you can imagine, he's trying to get his life back and tried to build his credibility back. Filmed in Berlin. I like that. All over Berlin and the fellow Germans. Great movie. With the help of some friends, he finds his gets his life back, and there's some twists and turns, very action packed, good storyline. I don't want to give too much of it away or any spoilers, so drops this Friday the 18th at a theater near you. Definitely go check out Unknown. What's going on today? What else is going on? Have some people checking in. I may have mentioned them real quickly. Willie O, thanks for checking in on Facebook. Great guy. I love his avatar. His avatar is Danny McBride on his Facebook page. And like Danny McBride, we're going to have to talk about Danny McBride, but right now we're shouting out Willie O. Deschamps. Got to get him on the phone. Got to get him to call in one day. Great conversationalist. Got his perspective. Red Wings fan. Be forewarned, people. He's a Red Wings fan. So some people checking in. Hopefully you can see me a little bit better. I worked on a little bit of the darkness that's in there, closed the shades upon some recommendation of some technical people. So as you can see me a lot brighter and everything. What I like about that is you see the cars passing by in the real-time footage. This isn't a sound set or something or a stage. This is real life going on behind me. Who else? Richard checking. Rob wants me to talk about the Big Four or the Final Four or something. The college basketball going on in Philly. I don't think it's happening yet. When it gets closer, I'll probably talk about it. I'm not a big college basketball fan, but once it gets down to Sweet 16 or something, we'll talk about it. But thanks for checking in from Philly, Rob. Who else was there? Wandy. Bert wants my perspective on stuff, so thank you, Bert. Oh, and can't forget Pablo. Checked in not only on Facebook, but directly on the YouTube channel. He likes what he sees. He's excited for me. Thank you for the well wishers. Getting back on now. Something came down yesterday, kind of flew under the radar. The New York Stock Exchange was purchased by a German company, which could actually be the owners of the German Stock Exchange. How do you feel about the New York Stock Exchange being purchased by an outside country other than the United States? A lot of globalization going on. I don't know if I'm too thrilled with that. I don't know if they say it won't have an impact. And I know the stock exchange had already merged with, I think, potentially another, the London Stock Exchange or something. I'm not sure exactly. Got to do some fact-checking research. Can we look into that? But I'm pretty sure this isn't the first time that the New York Stock Exchange has merged or been purchased by somebody. So I'm not too big on that. I'm all for globalization. There's a whole big world out there. Get your little piece of the pie. But certain things, we're walking on eggshells. And I don't know if the New York Stock Exchange should be owned by an outside company or something, what the repercussions could be in Germany and here. There's just a lot of hands in the pie nowadays. So I don't know about that. Pretty quiet night last night on the sports scene. The Suns won. Coyotes were off. So how the Suns do? I know they beat the Utah Jazz again. They've beat them. Season sweep, swept them up. Jazz going through a little bit of turmoil with Jerry Sloan stepping down last week. He was at the helm of the Utah Jazz for 23 years, the longest active tenured coach in professional sports up until last week. Stepped down. Disappointing. What's going on today? Having lunch with a friend. So hopefully go and get a burger. I need to get up on my burger review for Scottsdale. So hopefully going out and getting my burger fix on. I think I'm going to have to, regardless of with a friend or with a not. Um, we'll see. I would like to maybe talk to this friend about being a co-host, bring her up to speed. Brought a friend of mine up to speed yesterday. Went to lunch with him. Um, Checked out Oregano's as we usually do with Chef T. Brought him up to speed since he hasn't seen any of these episodes. Usually, he likes it. He likes the fact that I'm going for it, you know. And he said he gave me a rant I should go on his behalf. I guess not a big deal to me. A little weird, but he, through our conversation, he referred to a friend of ours, a mutual friend of ours, who was complimenting me and asking about my burger reviews and if I write them myself. And I said, yeah, I write them myself. Everything, you know, I do some research and get some website stuff from the restaurants. But he was complimenting me on my writing, and what my friend thought was kind of a little weird. He was like, well, why don't you call him or text Sandy yourself and talk to him? And he's like, why are you using me as a messenger or as an intermediary? And it's not the first time it's happened. So he was like, you should rant about that. People that use intermediaries or messengers, that just in this day and age of Twitter and social networking and texting and IMing and phones and cell phones and email, how come he didn't drop me a line personally? Why is he going through him all the time? Because he never knows if it's my writing or, you know. I'm like, thank him for the compliment, but tell him to drop me a line, you know. Not a big deal on my part, you know. I know how people are. Some people are standoffish. I don't always like to reach out to people who I should. So, but he wanted, felt like he wanted me to rant it out for him. So there's the rant for people who are afraid to go directly to the source and pay their compliments or ask questions to the person they want to, as opposed to intermediaries. Not normally a rant I would do, but hey, something about that. There we go. We're about 7 minutes into the show now. Let's take a quick music break, see what's on the tunes. Since the name of the song, the band doesn't come to the tip of my tongue when I hear the first tune or whatever. Don't want to play for too long. Can't give credit where credit's due. I probably look it up, but on the station or something. So what else? It's Happy Wednesday, Hump Day Wednesday, Wine Wednesday if you're on Twitter. Shout out to all my Twitter Wine Wednesday people. Might get to it in a little bit. See what's going on in the Twitter sphere right now. I had a little issue of my TwitDroid this morning. It's my mobile Twitter that I use. Anybody else have any? I kind of sent something out there, but nobody really got back to me in a quick amount of time. So if anybody's uses TwitDroid on their cell phone, let me know how it's working for you. So so far so good. We might make this an abridged version today, since we got a lot going on that I didn't expect to have when I had started planning about this. Weather's going to get cool. Another beautiful day out there in the Valley of the Sun. Looking good, clear blue sky, some high clouds, but it's going to start to cool down. Might even get some rain in the next couple of days. So watch out. Drivers, when there's one on the ground here in Phoenix, don't know how to drive too well. So I don't know. You don't see a lot of rain, so be careful out there. What's going on in the news today? Borders Bookstore files for bankruptcy. Didn't see that coming, but I guess I can't say I'm surprised with a lot of the brick and mortar companies nowadays with the Kindles and the ebooks and everything out there, and now people can download stuff directly to their laptop or buy stuff online if they are going to actually buy a book. Personally, I go to the library. I use the public library, you know. I don't read too many books, but if I do get a book, I usually, in the past, have gone to a library. You know, you read it once and you're done with it. Hopefully a couple weeks later, just give it back. I don't know. A lot of money out there in books. People stand in line to get books and autographs and stuff. But I don't know. I enjoy educating myself. I think there's so many different ways. So I can't be completely surprised that Borders is going out of business. Or not out of business. I take that back. They filed for bankruptcy. They refile. They clean up some debts, and we'll start fresh. They're not going out of business. I don't want to. Their legal team contacting my legal team and telling me to shut the hell up. You don't know what you're talking about. But they've just filed for bankruptcy protection. What else is going on? People got sick at the Playboy Mansion. Go figure that. Um, I don't know what. Something broke out. Too many people in the pool. Too many fluids in the pool. Surprised it's taking so long for that to happen. And I think something I should let you know on the channel here is I think I can only broadcast for 15 minutes at a time. So that might start putting some boundaries in. As this is day 3 of the show, so I think I can go about 15 minutes per segment. So I think we've got a boundary, and I think I like the name "Say What" with Sandy is the name of the show now. So just some house cleaning stuff, bring you guys up to speed. Might as well tell you now, how's a good time. If this is your first time watching the video, thanks for joining us. Sandy161 on Twitter if you want to drop me a line. If you catch me on the Facebook page, we talk about something. I'm always throwing topics out there for people to talk to. So it's kind of an open forum to a certain degree if I want to talk about it. But I'm almost willing to talk about anything. So check the headlines again. Go back to the tunes. Yeah. The Boss. The Boss. Speaking of music, I'm glad we thought about that. Here 2011, Metallica is going on tour, I think. I read that somewhere. Lenny Kravitz is going to be opening up for U2 on some dates in the summertime. REM's dropping a new album, and they might go on tour. Who else? There was somebody else that Rush. Rush is coming to the Valley sometime, I think in June. Wow, one of my favorite bands, and I hear they're doing all the complete album, Moving Pictures Live. Wow. Seen them a bunch of times over the years. One of the favorite bands. I'm a big advocate for Neil Peart, the drummer. He's one of the best drummers out there. For those of you that follow musicians and drummers, and everybody's got their own little list of who's the best drummers. John Bonham, Keith Moon. I think Neil Peart's definitely got to be in the conversation. He's always overlooked. If you ever look at some of the music from his albums in the late 70s and early 80s, 2112, Moving Pictures, any of those, take a look at the video. He's got a whole fortress surrounding him. Cowbells. He was not literally on a rotate, everything, percussions galore. He could literally go from almost 180 degrees around, drumming it up with percussion. So definitely look for The Trees. Is a great song. Some of his other stuff. Neil Peart. I'd like to see them again. I've seen them a few times over the years. So Bonnaroo just listed their lineup for this year. Robert Plant's gonna be on there. I think the Killers, a couple of the bands that just I think Arcadia Fire's headlining it. Right off their Grammy win, and they announced that they might be headlining it. So and I think Esmeralda Sparling, she might be heading out there too. Probably not gonna make it this year again. Go figure. Coachella's coming up in a couple months. We'll see what's going on there. I wasn't too thrilled by the lineup there, But sorry, I keep scratching my nose. Got a lot of itches today. But yeah, so that's some of the concert tours going on that I've heard of so far. I'll keep you posted. I did hear something recently, just like moments ago. Let me see if I can find it for you again on here. Who was it? And that's what. Where is it? Come on. I can just know. There it is. Soundgarden. Soundgarden's working on a new album. I knew that was something big. I knew there was going to be a segue into that. Soundgarden working on an album to drop sometime in 2011. We're almost done here. We're going to go out. If this holds true and we're doing 15 minutes, we're almost up, so we're going to go out and we'll catch up with you tomorrow.